go by all kind of names. Yo, my nicknames got nicknames. Nitro, nice flow, the sixth man off the bench, the foot soldier in the trench, the Black Santa, all that. First of all, let me tell you, the name is Luke Kane. Call me Black College, cause I make you feel the pain. This an underground hit for my homies to ride to. Skip to the loo when you're riding through my zoo. Bears and gorillas, even orangutans. The lions and the monkeys all speaking my slang. We all paper chasers with a different disguise on. I spy on green guys, that's why I got mine on. Jackson and Franklin, frankly, I don't like what I gotta do to keep Jack from fainting. Nah, I ain't complaining, just venting a little. Turn my headphones up, son, and mic a little. I got the same attitude as Malcolm Little. X marks the spot, now bring it back to the middle of the map. Guess who's back with more beats?
Hello folks, this is Monday's warm-up call for GmetaOne, and it's Happy New Month as well. So today we've got a very packed show. We've actually got one of our speakers joining us later in the call. Got another special guest as well. So guys, if you're not aware, I'm just going to change this banner at the bottom. This is the week. This is the main week. I'm going to be doing these every day this week. We've got some more meet the speaker calls as well later in the week. But folks, Saturday, GmetaEvent.live, that is global gathering. This is why you need to stay plugged in this week. We're going to be doing all sorts of things this week. But please remember, this is just a warm-up call for our main call. Our main call goes out at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's in the Telegram group and it's going across the screen right now at the bottom. We'll be doing a full overview. We always do that on a Monday. So, you know, if you're brand new here, you're wondering what's going on, please don't worry. I'm going to take you through a couple of things first of all, but we are building a digital universe called GmetaVerse. Now, we are also at the same time, we have been since Christmas actually, building bridges between other metaverses. We've got a presence in Somnium Space, which is a GMeta Arena there. We've got our headquarters in Decentraland, 4-story office block, and we've got the GMeta Arena, and that's in voxels. Now there's portals from all of those to go to the others, and there will obviously be another portal built to go to our brand new metaverse, which you just actually saw on the last video. That's it actually being built, and that video is actually out of date. We've already got a shopping mall in there that doesn't even appear in that video. So folks, as I said, we're building a digital universe. We're also launching the currency that will be the only currency you can use in that digital universe. That is GMeta token. Now I'm going to just share our platform, our currency platform. This is our website, GmetaOne. Now, if you want to get involved today, I would strongly suggest you get back to the person who invited you and get their link to the website. And then once you arrive here, just click join pre-sale. There's obviously a lot of information on the website. Our white paper's there. It's 105 pages long. We've got our roadmap. But ultimately, when you sign up, you're going to need one thing before you actually sign up. If you haven't got it already, you're going to need to get yourself a Trust wallet or a MetaMask wallet. Okay? Nothing else. That's the two that you need, one of those two. Now you need to give us, in signing up, a BNB Smart Chain wallet address from MetaMask or Trust Wallet. Now the reason you want to do that is because that is where our token lies. It's on the BNB Smart Chain. So once you do that, once you get yourself a Trust Wallet or MetaMask, if you're brand new, Trust Wallet's the easier option. Just keep the address handy and then sign up. You just need to give us a couple of details, your name, email address, and that wallet address, and a username. Now that username goes to form your link, your referral link. Now that link is actually useless until you actually purchase some GMeta tokens. That is our currency. It's the only currency you're going to be able to use in our metaverse. If you want to buy land, build on it, play games, buy NFTs, anything like that, you're going to need our token. So there's no denying the utility of our token whatsoever. Now, you've got this, you come to here, this is the launch pad for the token. You can decide how much or how little you want to purchase. You can go all the way up. If you want to go crazy, you can purchase $100,000. Somebody actually did do just that, 150,000 actually. Now, you pick a amount that you're, let's say, comfortable with. Say it was $500. Please don't use money you need to pay the bills or put food on the table, folks, or heat your house or whatever it is. No. This is money that you can afford to be without, shall we say. Okay, now you want to spend, say you wanted to spend $500. You've got 8 different cryptocurrencies you can use. As you can see, just select the currency you want to use. So say, for example, it was Tron. Tron's very quick, very cheap. Just click that you fully understand and click purchase now. What happens then is the system will calculate at this very precise moment how many Tron you need to send, okay, to achieve that $500 purchase. Now, one thing you need to pay attention to if you're bringing people on board, please make sure that you've got this amount here that you need to send us. Make sure the amount you do send us is the same as or greater than that, slightly more than that, after your wallet provider takes their fee. Very important, because certain wallets deduct a fee from the amount you tell them you're sending. Therefore, when it hits GMeta, it wouldn't be enough, and the transaction goes pending. So the person you invited gets angry at you, you get angry at GMeta, and our support gets backed up trying to sort it out manually. So please don't do that. Please make sure the amount you send after the fee is deducted is the same as or greater than that. So if you don't take anything else away from that call, please do that. Okay, so once you make that purchase, your tokens will show up in your back office and in the wallet address you gave us. Now, then your link is live. What happens then? Well, you're now entitled to a 100% bonus match from your level 1 referrals. We've got Brandon today, we've got Miguel today. So say I brought in Brandon using my link, and Brandon bought $10,000 worth of GMeta tokens. Well, guess what's going to happen? I will actually earn $10,000 worth of GMeta tokens too. Now, Brandon then gave his link to Miguel, and Miguel bought $10,000 worth of GMeta tokens. Well, Brandon's going to get that 10,000 100% bonus match. So he's going to get the $10,000 worth of GMeta tokens. But Miguel would be my level 2. Therefore, I'm actually going to get 50% as well. So I'm actually going to get $5,000 worth of GMeta tokens in that case. So there's a couple of things you probably take from that. First of all, you're probably going to know most of your level 1 referrals, I'd imagine. The chances of you knowing your level 2 referrals probably quite slim. So you could, in this way, you could be accumulating millions and millions of GMeta tokens. Only in the pre-sale is this happening. So once that pre-sale is sold out, then it's over. You don't have that chance again. But you can accumulate millions and millions of GMeta tokens. Now, as I said, we're in pre-sale. We're selling $5 million worth of GMeta tokens. That represents 20% of the 1 trillion that will ever be released. We're doing that in rounds of 1 million. As you can see, we've already sold out round 1, and we're $180,000 into round 2. Now, as well as that, we've got prizes every single round. If you end up at the end of a round, if you end up in the top 10 in each of these categories or any of these categories, you're going to get yourself a GMeta NFT. So you've got the top 10 recruiters, top 10 team builders, team contributors, and top 10 investors. Okay, so if you end up in the top 10 in any of those categories at the end of this round, what's going to happen is you'll get that NFT delivered to you. You can hold that, sell it for profit later on, or wait till our staking pool opens up and stake it and get yourself passive income from it. Not only that, we take each of the top 10s, we put them into a draw, We pick one name out of each of the top 10s, and one of those people will win an Oculus Quest 2 virtual reality headset. So there's one of those for each of these categories as well. So that's 4 headsets, and then we take all 40 names in the top 10, put them into one final draw for a 5th headset. Okay, so there's lots of prizes to be won, as well as earning GMeta tokens. Now you've got this one. You're probably wondering what that's about. Well, we do have a very special incentive for the first 300 people who see fit to put in $10,000 into GMeta tokens. And as I mentioned before, we've had some people put in considerably more than that. Now, I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to speak about the incentives. I'm actually going to show you by way of a video with a very, very catchy tune. So watch this video. This is our VIP Platinum member incentive.
Say make money, money, make money, money, money.
Make money, money, make money, money, money. Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. Fat pockets. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. Fat pockets. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. Fat pockets. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. Fat pockets. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. Survival of the fittest, you can sink or swim. I've been broke, I ain't never going back again. I need some C notes, some cheddar, and a stack of ends. I need a bowl of dough, I don't need no Facebook friends. Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. You got a $5 bill, put your hands up. You got a $10 bill, put your hands up. You got a $20 bill, put your hands up. You got a $50 bill, put your hands up. Holla, holla. Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. I need that Skrilla on.
Okay, folks, before I bring my guests on, I just want to show you something. I'm going to do some news, but you know, it's always important, I think, to do this news because, you know, people don't know why we're doing what we're doing or who's involved. And this just really backs up that we're on the right track. When you see some of the people who are involved in the metaverse, there's a list. This is from our presentation, the one you're going to see later today. Now, just look at that list. You've got fashion brands, like practically every fashion brand going. Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Burberry, Givenchy, etc., etc. Food and drink, all the big blue chip names, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, Wendy's, the list goes on. Sports brands, all the big ones. Financial. Now, that's the most interesting because obviously, well, the metaverse is going to be using decentralized finance. So these guys are jumping on board because they don't want to get left behind. They're going to try and find ways in which they can earn some money out of it, the financial organizations. Travel and tourism, a lot of major airlines, technology, Sony, Samsung, Nintendo, Microsoft, Apple, Google, Nvidia, massive, massive names. Look at the retail as well, all the blue chip names. Now, I could actually do this list now about 10 times over because the list grows every single day. And the reason these guys, there is another, let me just go to the next slide. Miguel loves this slide. Why are they getting involved? Well, here's a quote. It's Miguel's favorite quote. The metaverse economy could be an $8 trillion to $13 trillion total addressable market by 2030. Now, that's not coming from GmetaOne. That's coming from Citibank, conservative banking people. That's who's come up with that quote. So that's why these guys are involved. Now, I also just going to do some quick bit of news. There's some controversy, and might go down halfway through if Mark Zuckerberg's listening in, because he's going to be involved in this little bit of news. But just a few things. I always show you bits and pieces on my call, just to give you an idea of who's getting involved, like big celebrities or blue chip companies, or how people are actually introducing how they're utilizing the technology here. We had things last week where, there's now been devised a device that people can swallow, and it's a drone that somebody can guide around your body inside to find tumors and things like that. Just incredible stuff, how people are utilizing what we've got here. Okay, here's one. Hong Kong University is to launch the world's first metaverse campus. Okay, so the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology announces the launch of its first virtual reality campus, aiming for building a meta HKUST, embracing immersive learning in metaverse classrooms. Now, this is all down to the catalyst for this has really been COVID-19. It really, really has. Like my nephew had to go to university last year. He was sent to the campus, and then he was in lockdown, and he couldn't attend the classes. Meanwhile, he's 200 miles from home, lonely, and couldn't interact with his fellow students, and actually was attending classes by Zoom calls on the campus. How stupid is that? Now, this is where this is coming from. A lot of guests might be overseas and can't attend, so we will host it in the metaverse, says Pan Hui, Chair Professor of Computational Media and Arts. So, the students can sit in the lecture room, see their classmates, and when they put on their goggles, they can see their Hong Kong peers sitting next to them. It's a feeling of unity and participation. Students would be able to attend the same lectures across 2 campuses in the digital classroom. Opening days and graduation might as well take place virtually, so also can granting of transcripts or diplomas as well. So the virtual campus is in the first stage, involves installations of VR classrooms, cameras, sensors, and visualization tools. Okay, let's have a look at this one. This is just another indication of where this is going. I want to just really it's really going to be the headline, really. The MTV Awards have now introduced a Best Metaverse Performance category for its Video Music Awards. This is heading towards mass adoption. If you're talking about the MTV Music Awards, people are embracing that. Now, for the first time ever, they're going to include this category. It's the metaverse, and the category has been termed as Best Metaverse Performance. This year, Ariana Grande's Fortnite performance and 21 Pilots' Roblox concert will compete in MTV's new Best Metaverse category for the Video Music Awards. But as I've said on this call as well, I mean, you think about things like Coldplay, for example, stopped touring because of the carbon footprint thing. But they've done a gig in the metaverse for BMW. People like Ariana Grande, she reached about 20 million people with that gig, in the digital universe of Fortnite. 20 million people. She couldn't do that on a world tour. That just couldn't happen. But you can do it in the metaverse, and people are embracing that so much now, especially musicians. So it's just another step along the way. Now, I said to Miguel before he comes on, this is something. There's a bit of a spat brewing between Mark Zuckerberg and this guy Vitalik Buterin, who's the creator of Ethereum, and he's obviously I'm in agreement with this, I've got to say, but he says that anything Facebook creates regarding the metaverse will now misfire. Now, on Saturday, he said existing corporate attempts to create the metaverse, he gave his perspective on it. But there's a few interesting quotes. Now, you've got to, if you know the backstory to this, it's no secret there's been headlines recently that Facebook is hemorrhaging money, desperately trying to forge ahead with its metaverse project. But ultimately, the bottom line with Facebook's Meta project is they want to sell headsets because they also own what used to be called Oculus, who make those headsets. And they've got this vision that everybody's going to have a headset. Now, first of all, for that reason alone, I just cannot possibly fathom how that can work. You know, $300 headset. How could that possibly promote mass adoption of a metaverse? Just not right. Okay, but and he kind of is in agreement there. He says, okay, the metaverse is going to happen, but I don't think any of the existing corporate attempts to intentionally increase the metaverse are going anywhere. 24 hours later, Buterin's tweet about the metaverse is closing in on 10,000 likes and close to 1,500 retweets. There's obviously a few people agree with him. I think the barrier to entry being a bleeding edge bit of evolving research hardware has created a rare case of a necessary condition favoring large incumbents. The idea wouldn't even be under discussion without Quest 2. That's exactly pretty much what I just said. Exactly the same. If you need a headset, it cannot go towards mass adoption. It just can't. It's impossible. Barrier to entry, $300. It's a lot of money in a lot of different places. Can't be done. But my critique is deeper than Metaverse. Wikipedia will beat Metaverse, Encyclopedia Britannica. He said, it's that we don't really know the definition of the Metaverse yet. It's far too early to know what people actually want. So anything Facebook creates will now misfire. So I think there's a bit of a war of words going on there, guys. And I've got to say, I agree wholeheartedly with what they're saying there. And it's corporate, and it's not what this has all been designed to do. Again, just like probably Facebook now is not what the Winklevoss twins envisaged when they invented it back in university. So I do think there's a very large amount of truth in what he's saying there. Okay, so I'd be interested to hear what my next guest thinks of that as well. So, guys, I'm going to run one small video. It's to do with our wonderful global gathering. And we are very privileged to have one of our speakers on this call. Let's just run the video and we'll bring him on up right now.
Where you walk, these are dangerous ground. At least that's the talk around town. And it's about to go down. Everybody out here trying to wear the crown. It's a couple got a chance, but most of them clowns. And they try to give me dap and pound. I wish they ass all would drown. Quit and stop making a sound. The game is saturated bad by the overrated. Real shit get denied, not even appreciated. These ain't dance steps, and I ain't trying to knock that, cause that's hip hop. But imposters, y'all need to stop that. Stop it. Imitation is the greatest form of flattery. I studied the best, so I don't care if people mad at me. Who is bad as me? Well, if you ask me, I'm on a different level than these MCs. This beat was meant for me. Kid gave me the keys. I guarantee y'all don't get it like a bad disease. Hey, yo, we on some dangerous grounds, man. You know we on.
Okay, guys, that is our global gathering kicking off at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday, 6th of August. This coming Saturday. We're going to be broadcasting, as you see, on all social media streams, so there's no problem there. And also, we'll be broadcasting to the GmetaOne Arena, and we're going to give you a big surprise on Saturday. We're going to show you how simple it is to get into the metaverse. But one of our keynote speakers, as you just saw, he's waiting in the wings, so I'm just going to bring him up now. Ladies and gentlemen, give a big Gmeta welcome to Mr. Brandon Ivy, joining us from Los Angeles, California. How are you doing, sir?
Hey, Andy, I'm doing good. How about yourself today?
I'm really good. I'm really good. I'm also bringing on Miguel's waiting in the wings as well. So, Miguel,
Hey, Brandon.
What's going on, Miguel?
Andy, I'm excited. I'm excited. A new month is a
we
new
are very excited. Did you hit? Well, first of all, what I want to do, because I'm aware myself and Miguel have known Brandon for quite a long time, and I've done an awful lot of work with him, and he's just everything he touches has a massive ring of quality, improves everything he comes to, everything he attaches his name to. So, but the thing, I'm not going to introduce him actually, because I want Brandon to kind of introduce himself like he would if he was in a party with a crowd of strangers. So we have known him for a very long time. We know him as a very nice, but highly intelligent, and he has a gift for making things very, very simple. But I'd like to hear Brandon introduce himself to our audience, please, if you would be so kind.
No problem at all. Well, thank you, Andy. This is a very, very exciting project. The metaverse and NFTs is the new future of the entire crypto industry. In fact, I always say that every year they're in the crypto space. There's always what we call the flavor of the month or the flavor of the year. And when I first got involved in crypto, 2016, when I bought it for the first time, it was all about mining and ICOs. Then it went from mining and ICOs. It turned into getting involved in IEOs, initial exchange offerings, and then into being able to compound programs actually before that, smart contracts. Smart contracts started to explode for a few years. Then it moved into being able to use bots to trade on your behalf and compound interest. And the future is going to be DeFi, NFTs, and metaverse. You guys are positioned, as you said earlier, at the beginning of this, and sometimes timing and is everything. And for the audience that doesn't know who I am, I got started as an entrepreneur 24 years ago this year in direct selling. I was a senior at Morehouse College when I was first introduced to the concept of having a side gig or a side hustle, and I wish I could say I had a lot of success. I didn't. I failed for 10 years. But I liked the concept because I knew that the alternative, that 9-to-5 job, that wasn't going to work. We're taught if you want to have success, you got to go to school, get good grades, and get a good, safe, secure job. Well, the Federal Reserve states that 97% of those people are going to retire broke, depending on family, government, and friends by the age of 65. That's in the United States. So I can't give you the stats around the world. And I know that the GmetaOne audience is global, worldwide, but that's in the United States. So I can imagine it's either the same or worse also around the world. So I said, I got to become an entrepreneur. This is where I see people making a whole lot of money. And so I stuck with it. I didn't give up. And then 10 years later, you actually are having another panelist on by the name of Cedric Harris. And I don't say it often, but I always give credit that one day, because by the time I came back, I was watching, I needed to learn the social media thing. I said, this is how people are making money, by branding themselves and advertising. And I knew nothing about social media and YouTube stuff. And I saw a video he did. He was sitting behind his house, like on a deck on a lake or a river or something, fishing or whatever. And he said, if you want to start to brand yourself, you need to create a video, at least one video a day, whether it's 30 seconds to 5 minutes. It doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter what your content is or your topic. Just showing your face and talking on a consistent basis, consistently. I said, really? So that's what I did. And that is what spawned thousands of videos later that I have on YouTube, millions and millions of views, 7 figures later, all started when I saw him do that video and gave me that idea on how to start marketing. So I do owe my success to Mr. Cedric Harris, from his idea and following his lead, because you just follow somebody who's already done it. He was already a 7-figure earner. He already made it happen. Why reinvent the wheel? If he said something to me again, maybe 6 years after that, I shot him a message. I said, yeah, YouTube is good, but as technology changes, what are you doing? He said, yeah, YouTube was good, but the new frontier was Facebook Lives. So I switched to doing Facebook. Now I still do that today. I just finished doing my crypto talk, Facebook Live, 7 figures again later. So anyways, I did become a 7-figure earner. I was able to walk off my job and retire at the age of 36 years old. 10 years ago, the month of July on my birthday, I fired my boss and went full time. But I got burned out from the direct selling industry. I got burned out from trying to build a business and build somebody else's company over and over and over again, and people leaving and jumping ship to the next greatest deal. And so I said, I want to let my money work for me. So that's when I got involved. Said, what industry is that growth happening in? And again, it was friends of mine that were becoming millionaires in this thing called Bitcoin and crypto. First time I heard about Bitcoin was 2010, but it wasn't until 2016 that I actually bought it for the first time, not knowing what it was. I bought 3 Bitcoin for $640. I sold them a couple of months later for $870 for Christmas presents, and I thought I was the smartest dude in the world. I'm like, look, I don't even know about this Bitcoin thing, but I made some money on it. Anybody can do this. This is crazy. But little did I not know, if I understood it, at best I should have maybe sold maybe 50%. But 1 year later, Bitcoin was worth $20,000 a coin, and I learned a big lesson. Said this is so much bigger. This is not a flash in the pan, here today, gone tomorrow. This is long term, and I started to study it. But there was no sources out there to teach me crypto. I went and started asking questions from people that I know making money. They couldn't answer the question. They didn't even know what blockchain was. All they know, Bitcoin just keeps going up. I'm like, come on now. The stock market doesn't just keep going up. Forex doesn't even work that way. So I taught myself. It took me 6 months, and I'll tell that story more, on Saturday. But needless to say, I learned it, and then I made I turned $30 into 6 figures in 3.5 months. And then from there, I saw when the market came down in 2018, everybody was losing their money and jumping ship and acting crazy. I made more money when the market was going down than I did when it was going up, because I had the education. I said, I need to create some educational content. If it has to be, it's got to be up to me. And I created educational content. I became a consultant for multiple companies and universities using my courses all the way up to where we are today. I created my own company, Ivy League Crypto Academy, that teaches cryptocurrency education and to the masses. And I sell picks and shovels. And so that's where we are today. And again, on Saturday, I'll talk more in detail about all that.
Amazing. Thanks very much for that. That was fantastic. I've heard your story so many times, but I don't get tired of hearing it ever. And, I often say that had I known of you back then, I probably would have been considerably better off, had this kind of education that we've got from you. So anybody listening, and you're going to get like really good advice, really sound advice. And I always say that, Brandon has this way of just making complex things very simple, breaking them down so anybody can understand them, which is amazing. Now, Miguel's with us. How are you doing, sir? You're muted there. There we go.
Absolutely fantastic. And every time I listen to Brandon, he gives me goosebumps. He gives me goosebumps because I can relate to everything that Brandon says in relation to crypto. I've gone through the same path, and it's like when we think, oh yeah, look, I just bought some Bitcoin. This in 2013, I just bought some Bitcoin, and because of lack of knowledge, I lost my phone, and I lost all the Bitcoin that I bought at that time at $200.
Wow!
So I was like, and it was quite a bit, but it's again is lack of knowledge. If I had the knowledge, oh wait a minute, I need to save my keys, I need to keep all of this separate. So if something happens, then I got access to it. So I every time Brandon is talking, I relate so much. It's incredible. It's like, and it gives me goosebumps. I'm like, oh man, I've been through that.
I've got my own nightmare story where I sold 2 200,000 Doge.
Oh,
Doge coins for about $300 because it had gone up, and I was like, I have some of that. Woo! $300, yay! It only cost me $100. Suckers.
But then on another hand, once you start learning, once you realize how incredible is this crypto world, because everything now is based on this crypto world, right? And when you start understanding, then you get things like what happened to me a few months ago, where I purchased a token in 2018 for $200, and like 6 months ago, I went to my wallet and I had $50,000, and I was like, huh? Where did this came from? And I went and realized, oh my God, this was from a token that I purchased for $200. I completely forgot it. And that's sometimes in crypto the best thing to do. Buy it, forget about it, just hold it, just leave it there.
Yeah,
That's right.
I definitely agree. Okay. Yeah, I'd be interested to hear, Brandon, actually, did you hear the story I read on the news item?
Not all the details. I was in and out on that. Yeah.
It was Vitalik from Ethereum is pretty much having a go poking holes in everything that Mark Zuckerberg's doing. He said that really people don't understand. He cannot possibly succeed with what he's doing because, first of all, it's a lot about to do with VR headsets. It's based on
Bring that.
Selling Oculus.
Mm-hmm.
Selling Oculus Quest 2 headsets and all that sort of stuff. So I'm hearing noises in my house, even though I'm alone. But it's probably the cat. But yeah, he also said that we don't understand what people want from the metaverse. So, how can we deliver? We can't just deliver something if we don't know what people are actually wanting from it. So he said that effectively it's doomed to failure as far as any corporate attempts to create the metaverse in Zuckerberg's own image, so to speak, will completely fail because they don't match what everybody else wants from it.
I would say 50-50 agree and disagree. And the agree part of it is he's right. The whole movement is about decentralization, being able to have the individual control and design our own destiny, whether it's in crypto or whether it's in any type of new technology. This is the when you have corporations come in, by nature they're going to want to centralize it so that they can commercialize it and make money for their bottom line, which means their interest is not always in the same interest of the people. Their interest is, how can I make money off the people? How can we profit from this to our bottom line? And their decisions then are made based on what the shareholders are asking for rather than what the people actually want. So in that aspect, he's correct. But the entry of it, he's incorrect, is that Meta is automatically got 2 billion eyeballs, 2 billion people already in the space. So anything that they bring is going to bring fast adoption. For example, when the Super Bowl happened, Super Bowl started putting commercials up, and most crypto commercials anybody has ever seen, because they had the most amount of eyeballs on it. But it was a commercialized type of way. Then they showed Staples Center now has crypto.com arena on top of it. So we do need big corporations like that to bring about mass exposure. But ultimately, what he's saying with the Oculus devices, not everybody has that stuff. Not everybody can afford that type of technology. You want to be able to have ease of movement, ease of access. The onboarding's got to be simple, that all you need is a cell phone. Yeah. And you can access it. The whole point about crypto is all you need is a cell phone, access to the internet, and a willingness to learn. So if you're introducing the metaverse to the masses, not just the corporate people who have a whole lot of money, then you need to have something that is accessible. What everybody already has: a cell phone. Everybody already has the internet and their ability to hop on there and play around without having to go and spend another $200 or $300 on another device. If people want to upgrade from that point, yeah, that's fine. But as we've all seen with technology, the more, think when flat TVs first came out, if you wanted a 32-inch flat screen TV, it cost $2,500. If you wanted a 60-something inch, it cost $5,000. Now I can go to Best Buy, get a 32-incher for like $179 smart TV. So eventually those devices, the technology is going to get better. It's going to become more accessible. It won't be the big Oculus. It might be glasses or contact lenses. But until then, he's right. He's right on that. It can't be led by the corporate. So just like what did Zuckerberg attempt to do before the Meta? He tried to bring out Libra, his own version of crypto coin. And they put a lot of money, a lot of effort behind this thing, and it failed horribly because it was the same way he's trying to roll out Meta. But yeah, I'd say 50-50 there, because he's going to appeal to the corporate guys who want to. If let's say another COVID hits, and if COVID hits and everybody's got to work from home again, Meta it wants to be positioned to say, all right, we can have boardroom meetings from your home. Just put on the Oculus device. We can do this. We can do that. But they're going to get undercut by companies like you guys that can say, we can create your office space in the metaverse. Now, all your employees have to do is just log in from a site, have a little avatar, and we all meet in the office that looks just like our office in the real world, and we can still conduct business. So ultimately, they're going to lose out to guys like you.
But there's another issue, and it's not so much in relation to money, is in relation to people's, like, for example, I got a Oculus headset. I love it. It's brilliant. It's fantastic. I cannot use it for more than 10 minutes.
Yeah, headaches.
Because I get motion sickness. So it's like, and I can use my phone the whole day without any motion sickness, whatever. I can use my computer the whole day without any motion sickness, whatever. But I put the Oculus, I got 10 minutes, that's it. And then I start going dizzy and headaches and woohoo. I even get a little high.
Well, you're right, because think about it. How many hours a day do we spend on our screen?
Exactly.
And so you got to put something where everybody already is. And then we can upgrade to the more advanced type of stuff. So you're absolutely right.
Yeah, definitely. So, hey, Vitalik is good. He's saying what he thinks. I think he's right. He's correct.
Well, it's weird because obviously the one of the other things they did last week, there's a kind of committee they've set up, which Meta have now joined, but it's about promoting interoperability. Because they realize they're going to have to let other people in because they're already in. So the writing's on the wall.
And I tell you what, that's really interesting, because someone was asking this question just a few minutes ago. When there's companies creating all these digital universes, like the university, right? So that university that you showed on the news, they're probably going to create their own digital universe. How does that affect us, GmetaOne? And it's so interesting. This is brilliant, because this is what GmetaOne is all about. Is about creating the bridges between all these digital universes that is being created. Now there's a few, but just like cryptocurrencies, when it started, there was only Bitcoin, then Ethereum, then it started growing. Now there's thousands and thousands of it. Digital universe is going to be exactly the same thing. Exactly. So now that we are focusing right on there, on interpolability and creating the bridges, we already started creating the bridges. We're not thinking, we're not planning, we're not putting a community together to do it. No, we're already doing it, and we're going to keep doing. So more and more project that comes with their own digital universe, their own metaverse, as many call it. Amazing. Perfect. Another opportunity for Gmeta to create another bridge.
Awesome.
Absolutely incredible. So, guys, don't want to detain you. I know you guys are on very busy schedules as well. Excuse me today.
I see Brendan Ives' background is all like really nice. I see Andy has got like a nice light and a nice picture. I'm like in the storeroom. Look at me.
Yeah, you're working.
Oh yeah, baby, let's go.
So, guys, please, if you're wanting to know more about the event, guys, we're running it on our Facebook page. We're running it on in our Facebook group, in our Telegram group, on our Twitter, on our YouTube. We're all over the place, but we are going to what we're going to try and demonstrate on the day is just how simple it is. And there's nothing to fear from jumping into the metaverse. So we're holding that in the G Meta Arena as well. We're going to let you guys all see how simple it is to do that with one of these, not a Mark Zuckerberg $300 headset. Don't need it. You don't need it. Now, as well as that, see, the G Meta Arena, I've got Brandon, your good friend. We've got a lady who's a very big advocate of Brandon Lanu. Lanu's got this artist friend of hers, a musician. She wants to actually hire the G Meta Arena for a gig.
Oh wow! That's
yeah, we've had people. We've had Wiz Khalifa. Now Wiz Khalifa didn't do a gig as such. He did like a talk show,
like a white label.
Yeah. So this actually would be the first gig. So we are very, very excited if indeed that's going to happen. So yeah, we're looking forward to that too. But all roads lead to Saturday, guys. Please register. You need to register for the event, and you need to register at gmetaevent.live. Please register, because in registering, you're actually joining all the draws on the day. We're going to be doing draws for NFTs, GMeta tokens, BUSD, and also we're giving away rentals, 3 years rental for an apartment in Voxels in GMeta Heights. So we've got all sorts of competitions you will miss out on if you're not registered on the day. So please get it out of the way. Do it now, today. And we will, obviously, it also helps us to know how many people are coming on board. But guys, share the event as well. And don't forget, if you're watching this, because Brandon is on this call, you need to vote for Brandon as well. For your favorite speaker. Now, if you vote for Brandon and he wins, you've got a chance of winning a year's rental on an apartment in GMeta Heights as well. So not just Brandon would win it, you would win it as well, potentially. We put you into a draw for that. So Team Brandon is launched. Please get your votes in for him. There's other ways as well you can enter. Let me just pull this up. We need to get, you've got a couple of little tasks. If you perform those tasks, and those tasks are to do with a lot of our speakers as well.
Oh, 8,000.
Well, that's not it. Sorry, that's the previous one. My apologies.
Oh, man.
I pulled up the wrong sweep widget. Ah, here it comes. We've done this before. Okay, so you get the chance to vote for your favorite, and then once you do that, you've also got a number of tasks. Each of these +3, +3, +2. That's the number of extra entries you can gain to the draws, to the main draw for. We've got all sorts of draws. We've got giving away wearable NFTs. We've also got the cryptocurrency, all sorts of things happening there. But you've also got these other tasks, and you can gain extra entries by following us on Twitter, by following Cedric, by following Cheryl, by following Brandon, following OJ, by following Tom. So there's all sorts of little tasks you can gain to increase your chances of winning. So please get involved, and all of our speakers are going to benefit from that as well. So yeah, get involved, get excited. And we're only got 5 days left. So this is the week
Ooh.
This is the countdown. It's going to get fun. Brandon, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been amazing having you on the call, and we're so looking forward to seeing you on Saturday.
No problem, everybody. I'll see you guys on Saturday.
Awesome. Miguel, I'll see you on the later call today.
Oh, yeah. We'll see you later.
We'll see you right there on Telegram. Join the Telegram group. If you're not in the Telegram group, why? Group, join call at the top right 5 minutes before 4 p.m. Eastern, and we'll see you there for a full presentation. If you've got somebody you want to show this opportunity to, that's the call you need to be on. Monday night, we always do the overview. We'll see you then, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today, and we'll see you at 4 p.m. Take care. Bye now.